Welcome to Cut the Banter podcast. Cut the Banter. I don't even know the darn name, bro. Welcome to Cut to the Banter podcast. My name's Hayden.
My name's Lucas.
And we just got done watching Invincible Season 2. And I want to talk about some things. But first, spoiler warning, we're diving right in.
Yeah. If you have not seen Season 2, please go watch it. It is...
For real, bro.
It's so good. Yeah, we'll get to it. But spoiler warning.
Also, like, I know you were telling me before we watched, like, after we finished Season 1, you said people don't like Season 2 as much.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that a little bit, but, like, it wasn't as impactful, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it was still so good.
Yeah,
like,
no, I agree. I am the Season 2 defender because I think the themes in it are so well written.
Yeah.
Like, we see so many things interwoven in this season, and you know it doesn't reach the hype of Season 1.
Yeah, right.
Because Season 1 is a mystery, and we're trying to figure out all these things, whereas this one is like, you know, Mark and his mom are having to deal with trauma and all these crazy different things, and it's truly great storytelling.
Yeah.
Whereas Season 1 was great mystery storytelling, and you know there are themes that you see, but it's not quite what we see in Season 2, and I love Season 2.
I mean, I think the first thing that comes to mind is the amount they focused on the no-kill rule in episode 8.
Yes. Oh
like, the one thing that I was thinking of. Here's the contrast in my mind. You have Joel and Ellie from The Last of Us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You have like there's no kill rule in The Last of Us. But here's my Joel going and killing the doctor to save Ellie for his adopted daughter now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I come out of playing that game and watching the first season being like, I feel like I would want to do that. Like if I was in that situation, I would want to do that for my daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and then you contrast that with episode 8, where Mark is just absolutely torn up about killing this dude that was literally about to kill his mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like,
and they did such a great job of animating and the voice acting of showing the grief that he's feeling.
Yeah.
Like, it's masterful. The moment when he's flying.
Yeah.
And he's dealing with what he did. You just hear it in his voice. Yeah. He has to fly right now. He has to exert something, or else he's gonna lose it again. And that's what he's most scared of.
Yeah. Steven Yeun goes crazy, bro.
I know.
He's so good. He's so
good.
Okay,
kind of an aside. Did you know they almost cast him as Sentry?
As Sentry, yes, I saw that.
That's crazy.
Okay, I would be so for that. Yeah. But the guy we got is good.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's great. And one of the things that I saw is like, I think they wrote Sentry for Steven Yeun because of the amount of times he said Invincible.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yep. Yeah, but like, just the whole no-kill rule thing is kind of interesting. Like,
yeah. And they do, and Invincible does a good job of actually working this out. Whereas I think sometimes in some of the other shows and movies and stuff, it's not quite as fleshed out.
It's kind of like a rule that they don't talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
But in this, he's really wrestling with this, and he is obviously affected by killing somebody for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't know if he kills more people or what happens. And but it's just it's an interesting thing that they actually deal with here, and somebody like Batman kind of just or Spider-Man in the same.
Yeah,
it's kind of just a rule that they don't talk about a lot.
Yeah, well, I think one of my favorite themes throughout this season has been and which it'll be explored further in season 3, but has been the whole Mark saying, "I'm not like my dad."
Yeah.
Like, at the beginning, he's so angry that Cecil would ever say anything about him being like his dad.
Yeah.
And, he's dealing with that. And, when we get to episode 8, we see this is something that he's been thinking about this whole time. Because he kills Angstrom Levy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I lost control.
And I think it's, like, I feel like he's angry at the beginning because he knows he's capable of what his dad did.
Yep.
And, like, he knows that part is in him.
Yep.
And he's so scared that, like, it's going to come out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's probably a lot of what he was wrestling with at the end. Is, like, like you just, like, in episode 8, like, Cecil then, reverse of what he told him in episode 1, like you're not your dad. You're not your dad. But he feels like he's his dad because he just let it out. Like, he let the little piece of Nolan out. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So
and he saw that Angstrom Levy was saying, he had been built to be stronger.
Yeah.
And all this stuff, and then he goes and he's hammering at him, and he's like, I thought you were stronger, and he's using this as a
he's
case
trying to cope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's trying to justify what he did.
Yeah.
And that's that piece of dialogue when he is wrestling within himself in this desolate place of like, I had to kill him. He was going to hurt my mom. He was going to hurt Oliver. I had to do it.
I'm excited to see them continue to build on that season 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, just how he comes out on the other side of this turmoil.
Yeah. Oh, just wait, brother.
So I'm excited. Hey, we're watching it.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have? I was going to turn the corner. So
yeah, go ahead. No,
all right. What is your favorite moment of season 2?
Oh man, favorite.
I have a few. Few, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll give you my. I think my number one.
Go ahead.
Oh man, there's so many good ones. I think they're both in the same episode. Mark and Amber breaking up.
Yes.
It's just so good. Like, it's the most realistic breakup I think I've watched in media.
Exactly. Like the way that we see, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I like season 2 is because they redeem Amber's character.
Yeah, for real. I hated Amber in season 1. I hated her.
And obviously we see Amber and Mark don't fit together. It just does not work.
Yeah.
And the scene of Amber breaking down because she's so scared.
And that's another thing that I think is so... Yeah, that... But then, like, I think they're both right.
Yeah.
Like, Amber is right in feeling... Like not feeling like Mark is giving her enough attention.
Yeah.
But then, like she's also right in feeling guilty of, like, he's literally a superhero. He's saving people's lives.
Yeah.
So, like, it's one of those things that it's like, it just isn't gonna work.
Yeah, exactly. And I love this because it's so, like, Amber and Mark dealing with... I think I love the breakup scene because it's so gut-wrenching. But I think my favorite piece of that part is the intertwined dialogue.
An episode before.
Yes.
Of, what was it? Amber went to go talk to Adam Eve.
Yep.
And then, what's
Mark went to the costume maker.
Yeah.
Gosh, what's his
Mark
name?
Hamill.
Yeah.
What's his name? I forget what his name is, but...
Yeah.
Is it Irv? No.
No, I don't think so. And you see how they are... both people they're going to advice for are, telling them, why are you talking to me?
Yeah, exactly.
Go talk to this person.
That's such a good moment.
Yeah, and then, like, you see how they both feel guilty about, like, not being able to be in this relationship.
Yeah.
But in different ways. For Mark, he's guilty he doesn't get to be with Amber as much.
Yeah.
Whereas Amber's feeling guilty about not letting him go be a superhero.
Right. I think the other one that is close, but I think this is the one I said was my favorite one. But Donald's monologue to what's his name?
Mark's best friend's boyfriend.
Yeah. Like his monologue there, like talking about like him wanting to forget and then like being like that was wrong and like and like oh that was good that was a good
so
monologue
good.
like
and showing how him and
I do not remember what his name is. It's not like he's just the most generic white dude ever.
For real.
Like Adam or something.
But like showing how we're so similar. Like he felt like he was so alone. He was the only one who dealt with this idea of losing part of himself, whereas Donald went through the exact same thing. And that monologue is so good. I think it's one of the best in the show right now.
I think this show does such a good job at balancing the humor and the like actually serious and like darker moments. Like it's like there's actually funny moments.
I agree.
And then there's then they create like him killing Angstrom Levy. And like the end of season 1 even like with Omni-Man beating up Mark
and that's like one of those another like reversal things that we see.
Right. Like,
he saw his dad beat him up and bloody and batter and use his body as an instrument of destruction. And then you get to season 2 and he's the one on top beating and battering Angstrom Levy. So of course he's going to feel like his father.
I think there's a big theme of like perspective. Where it's like Angstrom Levy thought he was right.
Yes.
He was like this like and man, if you were in his shoes and you saw all of the bad things that the other multiverse Marks had done, like man, like and being in his shoes like all of his memories have collided and stuff and like that's crazy. I can't even wrap my mind around that. But then also season 1 we're like Omni-Man, like he thought he was right. And in his brain he is right, and on Viltrum he is right.
Exactly.
Like, so it's this big theme of perspective of like Mark probably objectively is right ethically, but perspectively of these two like they're right.
Exactly. Especially when you look at, especially when you get to season 2. And him and Mark are on Thraxa, and he sees all of the Thraxans killed. And Nolan is like so angry that he cares about these things. Like they're lesser, they're beings that he could crush in a matter of seconds, but he cares about them. And Mark's answer of like, this is how you should have felt on Earth. It hit him in his heart because he knows that his son is right, and he's having his entire world system collapse in on itself, and having to fight his Viltrumite brother and sister.
There was one question here that I wanted to ask, and I don't remember what it was, but I think the politics are getting good too. Like the universe is getting bigger, and I think they're doing it at a good pace.
Exactly. Well, one of the questions I had is like, what do you think? How do you think the pacing is going? A lot of people thought the pacing of season 2 was really slow.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of world building, and like I said, there isn't like big moments. I did not feel like it was slow. I really didn't.
And like, especially like because the first 4 episodes, the themes that they start is so good that you're interested in it. And then the last 4 episodes, so many things, just one after the other after the other. Like he goes to Thraxa, he comes back, and he's finally getting to this place of like wrestling with his relationship with Amber. And so he's like, the Guardians said that they would give me the night off. So I'm going to take advantage of this and be with Amber. They have a great night. They go to dinner, and then boom, what happens? A Viltrumite almost kills his...
Anissa?
Exactly.
Anissa,
almost kills Amber. And then he gets done being absolutely destroyed by Anissa. And realizing he has to be better and get stronger. And then he gets the call, thinking it's his mom of Angstrom Levy.
That's crazy.
Like, this guy is going through it right now.
Like, oh my goodness, yeah, he so much trauma, bro.
So much. And that's a great word to say, because I think that's my favorite theme in this dealing with trauma, because we see 3 scenes of each people in the family. We see Mark, then we see Debbie, and then we see Nolan, of them feeling hopeless and going through the motions, dealing with this idea of being betrayed and hurt, or dealing with it's something inside of them that they're having to wrestle with. Like in Mark's case, it's the opening.
Yeah.
We see, and one of the great things that I think would be cool for us to break down sometime is the music of that scene.
Yeah.
Like coinciding with the actions that's going on.
Yeah.
Because, and like, when we go back and we look in season 1 and we see Mark loving the idea of flying, he's having so much fun doing it, and then we get to season 2 and it's going through the motions. He doesn't feel joy from flying anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's something connected to his dad. And then we get to Debbie.
Yeah.
And everything's connected to Nolan.
Yep.
And I think one of my favorite moments is Debbie smashing the cabinet door, because she is so angry that nothing is going right.
Well, she's still at the end of season 2 not opening up. Like, something's gonna happen. I don't know what it is. Like she has to just break down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, because.
And then we get to her scene and Nolan's scene, both kind of working at the same time in the same episode of, like, and I think this is one of the great things about why Debbie is actually the stronger character, because Debbie's going through, she finally thought she found a place to be safe from the feelings of Nolan and other people dealing with loss and stuff, and then she's completely rejected. So she's depressed. She doesn't think she wants to live anymore. So she goes and, is going to jump off the bridge, and then she doesn't. She decides not to. And then we get to Nolan, and he's traveling.
Yeah, Bro is just ready to die.
He's going into the black hole. He does not care. And then he sees some people being sucked into it, and he maybe it was just his instincts.
Yeah, right.
He saw someone in danger, so he went and he saved him. He's like, that was the push that I needed.
Yeah. Well, I feel like he's even back to that state. Like, I feel like he can break out of that prison.
Me too.
So easily he can break out.
Yeah.
But then again, it is a Viltrumite prison, right? So they know how to keep them in. The whole thing with the books, or they know what can hurt them.
Yeah, exactly.
But it doesn't seem like anybody else does.
Yeah.
Like,
but it's, and I think this is one of the cool things is that I don't think that prison can contain Nolan, because he's trapped by his own mind. He says, I deserve death for what I did.
He's kind of he's to the point where he doesn't want to live anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he could try and help stop Viltrum, but as we saw at the end of episode 8, he doesn't really want to. But then he says, "I think I miss my wife." He says the thing. Like,
there's so many memes. I saw this one where it was like, "What if he was talking about the blue ants?"
He could have been, bro. He could have been.
And I think this is as season 2 on its own. I definitely think it doesn't reach the heights of season 1 or season 3 in my mind. But it's so key to season 1 and 2 being as good as they are. Yeah. So it's the glue that holds it all together. Yeah. At least for now. Like, that's what we see now.
And I feel like we live in such a immediate dopamine society, and I enjoy those slower seasons. And then because season 3 is gonna mean so much more.
Yeah, exactly.
To us, because of season 2.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know, it's just so interesting. I feel like everything everything is written to have immediate payoff.
Yeah, exactly.
And nothing means anything anymore.
Like, and that's one of the greatest things about this show, I think, is like it gives us the time to be in those slower moments with the characters.
Yeah. And we care about the Amber and Mark breaking up.
Yeah.
And we care about at the end of episode 8 Adam, Eve, and Mark, like I was cheering for Mark. I was like, bro, just tell her.
Yeah, exactly.
And bro fumbled.
Fumbled.
It's like, oh my goodness, it's like she literally told you, like, she said, "I love you."
Yeah.
You know she likes you, bro.
And it's the same Adam Eve.
Yeah.
From his.
It's just some weird time stuff.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Oh my gosh, bro fumbled.
So.
Like
hard.
he literally he touched her hand and she did not move. She did not move. She would have been like, bro, stop. If she did you're a bro, Mark.
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah.
Because he just broke up with Amber.
Yeah.
And he's still dealing with
the
ramifications of everything.
I also feel like it's kind of an interesting thing. Like, I think it's obvious that Mark does like Amber.
Yeah.
But is there that part of him that maybe wants to tell her, like, no, I don't love you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that's what he's dealing with. Like, just, like because of, like, after he broke up with Amber, he just doesn't want to deal with that right now.
Yeah.
Because, I understand that. Like, like, he's wrapped up in being a superhero. He's like, I don't have time for this. So let me break it off with, like, let me break it off with her, or like in a sense, so she doesn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And like especially after the dialogue he had with his mom on the roof.
Yeah.
Of like, I have to be better.
Yeah.
Because there's danger coming, and I cannot lose control anymore.
Yeah. And that's like, I feel like that was a big thing that was building up throughout this season, was him losing to Anissa.
Yeah.
Him killing Levy. There's this, like, he's trying to find this sweet spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he has to learn how to control himself and to be able to beat, and how to let loose and beat Anissa. Like, I feel like if he would have done that to Anissa, like, he would have had a good, like, they would have actually had a good fight.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have just him getting battered.
Absolutely battered.
Yeah.
Bro. And is there any other questions that you have? Any other things you want to talk about? Also,
I think the animation is better.
I think so too. A lot of people think the animation is worse.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I did not, like, in season 1 constantly I was pointing out the CGI things.
Yeah.
I did not notice that in this season.
No, because it's less. And then also I think one of the great moments is the whole scene of him talking about the animation with the seance dog.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
That was good. That was good. That was some good meta.
Yeah, exactly.
That was good.
But I agree. I think the animation in this season is better. There's not quite as many moments of like, oh, it's a PNG being dragged or whatever.
For real.
Like, we have the one with Immortal, and it's not even that big of a deal, really.
Yeah.
Season 3, the animation, I think, is probably just as good as season 2, but the last episode, the animation goes insanely hard.
Like 90% of the time is spent on that.
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Like we were saying, like, how does Rings of Power, what is it, like like hundreds of millions of dollars per episode or something like that?
I'm pretty sure their budget is $1 billion.
Like, and then like, it's like nothing for, it's like $1 million for Invincible.
Yeah.
And Invincible definitely has probably 20 times the viewers that Rings of Power has. Like, I don't want, like, what is Amazon doing, bro?
I don't know.
Jeff.
Give them.
Jeff.
It's actually not owned by Jeff anymore.
Jeff, take your company back.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's just one of those things where, like, and I think that's Robert Kirkman's like point, is he's like, the animation will be good.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that we get this season out. Or we get a season out every year.
Yeah.
And because I think that's one of the things that we're suffering with Spider-Verse. The animation is so beautiful.
So long,
but like, it's been so long since Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And it's because they're making more groundbreaking things in animation.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's amazing and awesome, and I'm willing to wait for that.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to still tell a story as comprehensive as Invincible, I don't think it's unless you have a huge budget.
Well, and it makes sense for the medium, adapting a comic book.
Yeah,
it's very faithful.
Yeah.
Like a comic book, you just can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't have the crazy animation. You can have some cool frames here and there, and
Yeah,
it is very cool.
Yeah.
But you just can't, the animation, you just can't have that. You can't have every single frame like crazy.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
So, what was I gonna say? I think, yeah, I think that this comes to a bigger problem within like video games and animation and just in anything is the scale is getting so big, the expectations of what it's gonna be is just becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's like with video games. Like Last of Us 1 was a 10-hour game, maybe. Last of Us 2 was a 30-hour game. They were both made in the same amount of time.
Holy cow.
Imagine the amount. Well, that's not true, actually. I think Last of Us 2 definitely took longer. But like, just imagine the amount of more like man hours that came from that.
Yeah.
And then that's when stuff came out and Naughty Dog that their workers were being overworked and they had to do a crazy PR save, so everybody didn't hate them.
Yeah.
Which rarely they did make it through that. They actually did good things. But
and like the whole thing with the whole writer's strike and all the strikes that we've had recently.
Well, and that I think that's also affected Across this, or what is it?
Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Beyond the Spider-Verse is the third one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Severance, bro.
Oh, we need,
oh my goodness, Severance.
We need to do a.
We gotta talk about Severance.
We gotta do an episode on season 1 of Severance.
Yep.
Season 2, and then I think we should do a separate episode talking about all of our favorite moments from the entire
Just
show.
talking about the last scene of season 2, bro. Oh my goodness.
It's so good. So that's something to look forward to. We've got some things that we're excited to talk about. And this is a journey for both of us. Just kind of being two friends who really want to talk about these things and having a space where other people can come and do that and
can contribute to the conversation.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. I mean, that's our thing. Is this is casual, and it's the whole point of Cut to the Banter is we watch it and then our immediate thoughts on it.
Because we do this anyways, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
We sit here and talk here about it for 30 minutes and break it down, and like we would have done this anyways.
Yeah,
we just recorded it this time.
So why not record it and maybe some people will want to hear our opinions.
Maybe.
So to kind of give a little bit of perspective from me, I rank season 1 a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay, recency bias. I want to give season 2 a higher rank.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna give season 1. Oh man. Right now, recency bias in consideration. Season 1's a 9. Season 2's a 9.5 for me right now.
Dang, that's crazy.
I think I'm more impacted by the smaller moments.
Yeah.
Like I love that so much more because then I care about the bigger moments more because I care about who they actually are.
Yeah.
Like
I totally understand that, and I think the only reason why I have season 1 at a 9.5 is because of the way I experienced it. I experienced it when it was first coming out, and I knew nothing about Invincible.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of it. I knew that it was a comic book adaptation. Was like, oh, cool, I like superheroes. And I jumped into it, and then, bro, the first episode, like, the craziest thing, like, they don't show a single drop of blood until the very last scene.
That's oh, yeah.
And so then, like, you're in shock.
Yeah,
like,
what the heck?
What the frick, bro?
Yeah. I think... But I was thinking about this yesterday. Like, I think that's why I love WandaVision so much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because
and I don't love it as much because I didn't watch it as
I watched it weekly,
Yeah.
and then I would talk to my friends about it for hours on end, trying to figure out what was going to happen next episode, and like watching all the YouTube videos. Like, that was so fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so fun.
And that is one thing that is so compelling about movies, and I think any art and media in general, is the community and culture that it can create.
I am such an advocate for the week-to-week release. Yeah. I do not like the Netflix model. And I know there's a lot of people that do, but I do not. Like, I think it makes the experience so much better. Week to week, you can talk to your friends about it. Like, and if it is this cultural event.
Yeah. I think you can't have week to week with every single show. Yeah. But I think I agree with you a large percent, just because... Like, think about, like, Loki coming out. Loki season 2 coming out weekly. Yes. We were so freaking hyped.
And then everybody watching the last episode, like, everybody was so hyped.
Exactly.
And I don't know. I think you see how big Severance blew up.
Yeah, exactly.
Week-to-week releases. Yep. Invincible is week-to-week releases. Like, I know that they've done, like, the break and everything.
Yeah, which they promised to never do that again. Thank God.
Yeah, but... Yeah, no, I'm 100% week-to-week release. Like,
yeah, no, I get that for sure. All right, I think I'm going to give season 2 a 9. A 9. It has to be a 9 for me. Like, it's hard for me to put anything Invincible below an 8.
Yeah, it's
or even
so
be
good.
An 8.
It's just so good.
And so the reason that I have season 1 at a 9.5 and season 2 at a 9 is because I think season 3 is a 10 out of 10.
And maybe when we finish season 3 and we talk about it, my rankings might change.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
And we'll see for sure. And we should do the Loki.
Oh, there's just so many shows we can talk about.
Yeah, for real.
We'll get to them eventually.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, we're signing out.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
That was good.